So let's begin. It's already time. Sit straight. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Let's begin with Om chanting. Breathe in. Om. 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 Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Today we start with the Kapalbhati pranayam. So to Kapalbhati, take a deep breath in and let's start breathing out forcefully and pushing the stomach towards the spine. And relax, keeping your eyes closed, palms facing the sky. Taking deep breaths in and out. Be mindful of every breath that you take in each asana, in each pranayama practice. Let's get ready for round 2. Breathe in and let's begin. And relax. Again, few deep breaths in and out. Let's get ready for the last round. Breathe in and let's begin. And relax. Focus on how your breath has become deeper. Breathe in and look up. And from here, we are just going to move our head from right to left, taking half movements. The right ear tries to move towards the right shoulder. The left ear moves towards the left shoulder. You're making semicircle movements. Try to relax the tension from the neck. Breathe in back to the center. Now we're going to do the full body rotation. So take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, let's bend forward from the lower back. Slowly start the body rotations, breathing in the first half, breathing out in the second half. Opposite direction. Slowly from the center, come back up. Breathe in, interlock your hands, stretch up your arms. Breathe out, bend to the right side. Breathe in, center. Breathe out, bend to the left. In, center. Out to the right. In, center. Out to the left. Breathe in, back to the center. Extend your arms forward. And let's start opening and closing the fist. You can keep your videos on so that I can see you. Keep opening and closing. Now start rotating the wrist. Opposite direction. Now open up your arms wide and hug yourself. Open and close. Open and close. Open and one last time. Hug yourself tight and slowly release. Now place your right foot over your left thigh. Straighten the back and take your right hand to the right side. So place your right forearm on the right side and try to stretch your arm up, going all the way to the left side. Stretch completely. Feel the stretch along the left side of the body. Breathe in to the center. And now place your left hand on the mat. Raise your right arm all the way up and towards the left side, stretching completely. Breathe in back to the center. Breathe out and release. Now place your left foot over the right thigh. Right hand on the mat. Left arm all the way up towards the side. Breathe in back to the center. On the other side, stretching. Breathe in back to the center and relax. Welcome to the class. Interlock your hands behind the back and breathe out, stretch forward. Your hands are stretched at the back and you are bending forward. Try to roll back your shoulders. Continue to breathe. Breathe in, get back to the center and release. Now, we're going to do the leg asanas. So extend your right leg, place your left foot on the right thigh, and we'll start pushing our left thigh towards the mat into the Ardha Titli asana, keeping your back straight and making these movements to improve your leg flexibility, improving your joint flexibility. Keep going. Now from here, you place your hands right behind the hips and raise your right leg up. Try to balance yourself, keeping your core tight, strengthening your leg muscles and your abdomen. Breathe out and release. Once again, lift the leg up. Your body is resting on the hips. Try to stretch out your toes. Breathe out and release. Get back to the center. Grab hold of your left leg in your hand and let's start rocking it from side to side. Try to push the leg towards the extreme left and then in front of the chest. Feel the stretch along your joint. Now take a deep breath in, bring the leg to the center. And when you breathe out, try to push your nose towards your leg and try to push your leg further towards the face. Slowly release. Let's do this on the other side. Right foot on the left thigh and start pushing your thigh towards the mat. Keep going. And from here, you place your arms beside the body, beside the hips, and slowly lift your body up. Lift the left leg up. Keep your core tight and keep breathing. Don't hold the breath. Breathe out and release. Once again, lift the left leg up. Stretch your toes out. Breathe out and release. Grab hold of the leg. And let's start rocking it from side to side. Slowly bring your leg to the center. Take a deep breath in and breathe out into the knee. Slowly release the leg. Sit straight with your legs extended. Take a deep breath in and raise your arms up. Breathe out, let's bend forward from the lower back. Try to reach out towards the toes. And as you continue to breathe, try to push your nose towards the knees. Breathe in, raise your arms up. Breathe out once again. Let's bend forward, reaching out. And once you reach there, just drop the effort and continue to do deep breathing. Feel the stretch on your calves and hamstrings. Breathe in, raise your arms up. Now place your hands behind the back and we are going to slowly lift up into the Purvottasana. engaging your core and your hips. The reverse plank. Continue to breathe. Breathe out. Slowly release. Once again, breathe in and lift. Drop your head at the back. Bring your hips back to the mat. And let's go into the tabletop position. The hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. From here, we are going to do the Marjariasana or the cat and cow stretch. Breathe in and look up. Raise your tailbone up. Push the navel down. Breathe out. Raise your back. Chin to the chest. Tuck the tailbone in. Breathe in and up. Breathe out. Raise your back. Breathe in and up. Breathe out. Raise your back. Breathe in back to the center. Tuck your toes into the mat and lift your body up into the Adho Mukha Svanasana or the downward dog. Slowly walk your feet forward and come into the standing forward bend. Breathe in, backward bend. Pushing your pelvis forward, looking up. Breathe out, forward bend. Push your right and left leg back and come into the Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward dog. Walk your feet forward and the forward bend. Reaching out towards the toes, feeling the stretch along your hamstrings. Breathe in, backward bend. Out, forward bend. Take the legs back into the Adho Mukha Svanasana. Try to push your chest towards the thighs. Come into the plank pose. Body in one straight line. Come into the the Bhujangasana without touching your legs to the mat. This is called the upward dog. Again, pushing your body into the downward dog, pushing your heels onto the mat. Come to plank and the upward dog. Engage your hips. Breathe out, downward dog. Plank. Upward dog. Back to the Adho Mukha Svanasana. Back to the plank, Dandasana. Drop the knees and slide back into the child's pose. Stretching your arms forward, placing your head on the mat, taking deep breaths in and out. Breathe in, get back to the tabletop position. From here, raise your right arm towards the sky. Breathe out, take your right hand towards the left side in between the space between the left arm and the left knee, and place your shoulder, right shoulder and head on the mat. Breathe in and up. Breathe out and slide. Breathe in and up. Breathe out and slide. Breathe in back to the center. Now raise your left arm up. Breathe out, slide to the right side. Place your left shoulder on the mat. The hips are still raised up. Breathe in and up. Breathe out and slide. In, up, out and slide. Breathe in back to the center. Now shift your hands forward. Cross your feet over each other. And we're going to do the half push-up. So your hands can be a little more than shoulder width apart or right below the shoulders if you find that comfortable. And we're slowly going to push our chest, our upper body towards the mat. And keep making these movements, keeping your core tight. Continue to breathe. Breathe in when you go down. Breathe out when you come up. Slowly release. Let us bring our hands back to the center. Come onto the knees. Place your hands on the waist and slowly push your pelvis forward. The sitting backward bend. And we're going to go into the camel pose. So one by one, you could take hold of your heels, open up the chest, and slowly drop your head at the back. One by one, raise your hands off the heels. Let us stand up on the mat. Bring your feet wide apart. Breathe in, bring your arms to the side. Turn your right foot 90-degree outward and bend to the right into the Trikonasana. Look at the left hand. Breathe in, back to the center. Once more, bend to the right. The body is in the shape of a triangle, hence it is called Trikonasana. Very good for your posture and gives your entire body a good stretch. Breathe in, back to the center. And we go into the Virabhadrasana, the warrior pose. You can shift your left leg further away and continue to breathe in this balanced position. Now from here, you can push your chest towards the right side and raise your arms all the way up into a namaste. Breathe out. Place your hands to each side of the right leg and push your chest onto the right thigh. In this pose, you can slowly lift your hands up and place your hands behind the back. Try to maintain the balance. Slowly bring your hands back to the side. Take your left leg forward. Let's come into the forward bend. Breathe in, backward bend. And hands to the side. Again, take your feet wide apart. Now from here, left foot 90-degree outward. Hands to the side. Bend to the left side. Raise your right arm all the way up. Breathe in, back to the center. And once again, the Trikonasana on the left side. Breathe in, back to the Trikonasana, center. And bend your left knee, stretch your right leg further away. Come into the Virabhadrasana, balancing and breathing. Looking at the left hand. From here, you push your pelvis forward towards the left side and raise your arms up into a namaste. Slowly place your hands to each side of the left foot and push your chest onto the thigh. Once you're there, take your arms at the back, behind your back, and try to balance. Breathe out, bring your hands back to the mat, push your right leg forward into the forward bend. Backward bend, pushing the pelvis forward. Breathe out and release. Let's come back to the center. Now place your hands on the waist, bring your feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to do the hip rotations. Keep making circular movements from the hip. Opposite direction. and release. Now we are going to just bend forward and leave your body loose. Move from side to side into the ragdoll pose. Again, you're going to control your movements. There should be a stretch in the hamstring muscles behind the legs. Slowly get back to the center and release. Let's go into the chair pose. So bring your feet together, stretch your arms forward, and push your hips back. Let's sit down on our imaginary chair. Keep sitting there comfortably. You can even close your eyes and focus on the breath in this position. Make sure that the knees are not beyond the toes. You are pushing your hips back if that's happening. Breathe in, back to the center. Once again, we go deeper into the chair. Push your hips back. And let's sit down on our imaginary chair. Slowly from the chair pose, you raise your arms up towards the sky. Open up the chest. Bring your hands down and straighten the legs. Get back to the center. Now from here, we slowly bring the right leg forward, left leg to the mat, the Ashwasanchalanasana. Breathe in and slowly come onto the left knee. Look at your right heel. It should be right below the knee in one straight line. Once you maintain your balance, raise the arms up. Open up the chest. Try to push the pelvis forward. Bring your hands to the mat and push your hips back. We're going to try to straighten the right leg. Breathe in, back to the center. Push the pelvis forward. And slowly push your hips back. Straighten the leg. Back to the center, pushing the pelvis forward. Feel the stretch along your quads and your leg joint. And one last time. Push the hips back, straighten the right leg. Breathe in, back to the center. Now push your right knee towards the right side with your right hand. Try to push it as much as you can. Breathe in, back to the center. And now we are going to do this on the other side. So take your right leg at the back, left foot forward. Breathe in, straighten your back, and raise your arms up. Open up the chest. Slowly bring your hands to the mat again. Push the hips back, straighten the left leg. Again, forward, pushing the pelvis forward, feeling the stretch along the joint. And once again, pushing your hips back, the hamstring stretch. Very good for the flexibility and the leg strength. Breathe in, pelvis forward. Breathe out one last time, let it stretch. Breathe in, back to the center. And now with your left hand, you have to push the left knee towards the left side. Breathe in, back to the center. And slowly bring your right leg forward. Now bring your hands behind your back. Raise your back up to the center, look straight. And now grab hold of both the elbows behind the back. And let's push the pelvis forward in this pose. Back to the center. Let us lie down on our stomach. Hands beside the body. Starting with the Shalabhasana, breathe in and raise your right leg 6 inches off the mat. Breathe out and release. Now raise your left leg 6 inches off the mat and stretch the leg. Breathe out and release. Right leg up. Release. Left leg up. Release. Make a fist, place it under your inner thighs. And slowly lift both the legs up 6 inches off the mat. Breathe out and release. Once again, breathe in, lift the legs up. Breathe out, release. Now from here, place your hands under the shoulders. Coming into the Bhujangasana, slowly breathe in and lift your chin and chest off the mat. Your shoulders away from the ears. Breathe out. Slowly lower the chest, the chin back to the mat. Now fold your right leg. Grab hold of the right ankle with your right hand. Extend the left hand forward. And we slowly lift up into the Ardha Dhanurasana, lifting your thigh and your chest off the mat. Breathe out and release. We're going to do this on the other side. Extend the right arm forward. Fold the left leg. Grab hold of the left ankle with the left hand. And slowly lift up your body into the Ardha Dhanurasana. Breathe out and release. A very good asana for your spine and back pain. Slowly turn to the right side and lie down on your back. Let us lie down on the back, the knees pointing to the sky. Let's get ready for the Setu Bandhasan. Breathe in and slowly lift your hips and your lower back off the mat. Engage your core, your glutes, and breathe out, release. Now we'll keep doing these movements slowly, lifting up, engaging your hips and your abdomen for around 5 to 7 seconds, and then releasing, pushing your lower back into the mat, releasing the stress from the back. In, raise, breathe out, release, breathe in and raise, breathe out and release, breathe in, raise, breathe out and release. Now bring your knees close to the chest. With your hands, grab hold of your toes, pushing your knees away from each other with the help of the elbows into the happy baby pose. Let's start rocking from side to side, giving your back a good massage. Keep a little smile on your face as you balance yourself, rocking from side to side. Breathe in, slowly come back to the center. Hug your knees close to the chest. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, bring your nose in between the knees, the Pavan Muktasana. Breathe in, bring your head back to the mat. Breathe out and release the legs. Let us lie down in Shavasana. Drop your feet to the sides, palms towards the sky. Relax your shoulders, your back, your hips. And focus your attention on the breath. Notice how the chest expands as you breathe in and contracts as you breathe out. Bring your attention to your body. Bring your attention to the space around you where you are lying. Bring your attention to the space occupied by your entire house. Bring your attention to the space outside the house, the birds, the sky, the atmosphere. Bring your attention to the space occupied by the earth, all the continents, the land, the water. Bring your attention to the space occupied by the earth in the entire universe. And slowly shift your attention to the entire universe, all the planets, stars, meteors, all the extraterrestrial bodies in the atmosphere. Bring your attention back to the space occupied by the earth. Bring your attention to the space occupied outside in the atmosphere. Focus your attention on the space occupied by your house, all the space around you. Bring your attention to your entire body and your surroundings. Become aware of the sounds around you, near or far away. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Slowly start moving your toes and your fingers to bring back the awareness. Turn to your right side. Lie down on the right side. Slowly take the support of your hand and let us sit up. Let us do a few rounds of the Anulom Vilom Pranayam, starting from the left nostril, breathing out through the right, in through the right, out through the left. Let's continue. In your last round, you can breathe out through the left nostril. Slowly rub your hands together, squeeze them on the eyes and the face. Thank you for joining, and great that you are consistent, and consistency is only the key. So don't give breaks in between except for once a week, because then that leads you to starting again from scratch. It loses out, you can lose out on the flexibility part. And when you're connecting to your inner self, that connection is broken when the break is too long. So try to be regular, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Welcome.